Now I'm gonna protest, but I wear it every day.
You're going to protest being called white trash.
Yes.
You know what? You said something. We had that conversation last week about sort of hillbilly speak.
Mm-hmm.
And you messaged me something a few days ago. You said, I'm fixin' to. And I was like, is that a Swedish thing? Because that's a very Ozark thing to say. I'm a very southern thing. I'm fixin' to.
So now I'm officially hillbilly.
A little bit. I mean, you've already been called white trash for your Sons of Anarchy sweatshirt, which you're going to...
So now I'm a Swedish hillbilly.
Apparently you're a Swedish hillbilly now because you have your Sons of Anarchy white trash hoodie, which you're wearing every day now out of protest.
Yeah, and can you see my do?
I like it. You've got kind of a top knot with like, what is that, a leopard print scrunchie?
Yeah, and very long hair on the sides.
Yeah, I love it.
Oh my God, I'm officially hillbilly now. And I got my beer.
Yeah, you've got everything going on today. And it's Monday.
It's official. Yeah. What did I write? My brain is going on full speed now. What did I write? What was I fixing to?
Oh, you were just like going to bed because it was like whatever, probably early afternoon here. You just got done working a little while ago. You're like,
I was at work. All right.
Yeah, you were like, I'm fixing to go to bed. I was like, where did you hear? Sometimes I hear your people in Europe say these things that I'm just like, where do you even get these American idioms? Like, how do you even hear that?
Stop shitting on us. We're trying our best here.
It must be Sons of Anarchy. That's all I can figure.
It's not Sons of Anarchy. So for the listeners, I've got my Sam Crow hoodie on here since you're just shitting on it. It's blue and white. Mm-hmm. It says Sam Crow.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm fixing to put it on every day. Oh God. When are we gonna start shitting on you every episode?
When I stop wearing anything besides a black t-shirt, maybe.
Mm-hmm. When you start pronouncing the names in the show Vikings, maybe.
Yeah, it's easy for you. You just say this in Swedish, and then
but
I butcher it.
Yeah. I'll have to start thinking about that. We'll dedicate a whole episode to that.
Yeah, but I feel like, we've probably completely lost the plot for this episode because, I mean, what happened? Just a bunch of fights canceled. And
yeah, I know.
Because of pandemic stuff, it's like, how is it we've been doing this COVID protocol for over a year now, and now we lost a bunch of big fights for positive tests. And Brian Ortega got on, was just like, I'm sure you guys heard what happens. We did all the right things. Volkanovski did all the right things. It's like, clearly somebody didn't do the right thing because now you don't have a fight. So I don't know.
It's crappy.
It sucked, but we should probably say something about last week, the UFC fight night.
Yes. Holland versus Brunson. I have 0 notes.
That's fine.
I don't need any.
There were some good knockouts, but again, weird. Okay.
What you want to talk about?
The highlight here. The highlight here was your lock of the night, knockout of the night.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there was some other
lock of the night.
Your lock of the night, Adrian Yanez knocked out Gustavo Lopez in the 3rd round. And this guy, he's a killer. He's a knockout artist. Did you watch that? What did you think?
I did. And I watched it with great, excitement. Oh my God. I was like, I cannot be wrong on this one because I was so sure. And you asked me last week, you were like, why is this your lock of the night? And I was like, I don't know. He looked great on Dana White Contender Series. And he did. And he did this time too, didn't he?
He looked phenomenal. And the finishing combo, he sort of threw a jab where it didn't really, it touched his face, just brushed it. It was like one of those punches where you're just disguising the power hand. It was like thrown kind of in his eyes. So then he couldn't see that hook behind it. And I loved how he just perfectly moved. So it's like Lopez was like moving forward with his combos. Adrian Yanez kind of blinded him with the jab and then just moved just enough where he didn't get clipped, but then he came back and clipped Lopez with that hook. It was beautiful.
Yeah, very technical, not just technical, very powerful also, and very precise, I think, with everything. And Gustavo Lopez was heavy on the trash talk before this one. He
Yeah.
was very heavy on the trash talk, but no, great lock of the night. I don't honestly don't remember what your lock of the night was. What was it? Do tell.
My lock of the night was Gregor Gillespie, and his fight got canceled because of COVID against Brad Quake Riddell. And I was disappointed. That was the fight that, aside from the main event, I was most looking forward to. And yeah, got canceled. So
where are we? Where are we on the lock of the nights now? We're 5-2.
5-3. I got 3.
Then we're 6-3.
6-3. Yeah. So yeah, 6-3. I get a push this week. So next week we can go for 7-4. Neither of us lost still. But not only did you call Yanez getting the knockout, you use your lock of the night. You also called him getting the knockout. So
yes,
that's a big deal.
I should get like 10 extra points for that.
You should. Extra XP.
Should. Yeah, it's just I get the, what do you call it? The no points, but the credit. I get the credit.
You get a million credits on this show where credits and points mean nothing.
We don't usually start off the show with the lock of the night, but now we're all over and done with that.
What else is there to talk about? Honestly, Dontel Mays was supposed to fight Tai Tuivasa. He didn't clear the physical, didn't get through his medical stuff. So Dontel Mays, Kong, or sometimes known as Lord Kong, Dontel Mays, didn't get to fight Tai Tuivasa. So then Tai Tuivasa ended up fighting a guy named Harry Hunsucker and knocking him out in less than a minute. So
yes, it was funny though. Did you watch Tai Tuivasa's post-fight? What do you call it? Interview? Yeah, interview.
I didn't. What did I miss? Because that was probably the best part of the night.
It was funny because he kept saying Hunnysucker. He was like, "Oh, I want to thank." I can't speak with an Australian accent, but it was like, "I want to thank Hunnysucker for taking the fight." It's like 2 or 3 times.
While he's shotgunning a beer out of a shoe. Thank you, Hunnysucker.
Yeah, it was like he said it 2 or 3 times. It was great. No, but how about Grant Dawson with the KO with 1 second left?
Impressive. Yeah. And Max Griffin with a great KO as well. Again, another card with some great KOs. Just not, but also some disappointment with the Gillespie Riddell fight falling through. And then we should mention the main event, I guess, Brunson versus Holland. What did you think about this? It went the full 5 rounds. We have the up-and-comer on fire 5-0 in 2020 Holland versus Derek Brunson, who's like a perennial top middleweight. And
well, I don't know, and I really don't think it matters what I think, because I don't know if Holland is Holland disappointed or not.
I mean, did you see what Dana White said after the fight?
Yeah, but really, is Holland, is he devastated or is he not?
I don't know that he should be devastated, but I did want to ask you, brought honest to Dana White saying that Holland had a mental breakdown.
Honest.
Yeah? You didn't think it was a mental breakdown?
No, I didn't think so. No, I don't think so. I think he, I don't know what I want to call it. I wouldn't call it a mental breakdown, though. I don't know. I mean, he doesn't seem to be so sad about it afterwards. But of course, it was. I mean, I don't know. It was. I'm not really bummed out. I think it was entertaining. Of course, and Derek Brunson deserved the win. I mean, I picked Holland to win this fight, and I think he could have. He could have won the fight if he would have been. I don't know if it would have been focused, but I mean,
yeah. Why was he?
Thousands of people have said this before me, but
yeah. Why did he have no urgency on the ground? I mean, Bisping the entire fight was like trying to coach him from the commentating booth of like, "Hey, man, open up your guard there. You need to get up against the cage. You need to work back to your feet." And we saw a couple times where like Holland has that capability. Like he has the technique. He knows how to do it. For whatever reason, he was just content to lay on his back and talk. And
Yeah.
what it reminded me of was the Adesanya fight against Jan Blachowicz, where the commentators were counting feints as significant strikes. And I was like, should Kevin Holland's trash talk count as a significant strike?
Maybe.
I mean,
maybe it should.
Maybe. I mean, he went on, but it's such a significant part of his game because last year he goes on this Conor McGregor-like run, and such a big part of his success is talking and getting in his opponent's heads. And great fighters, what they can do a lot of times, because so much of fighting is pattern recognition, like seeing what your opponent is doing, guessing what they're going to do next, or getting to respond in a way where you can get them to react the way you want them to react, and then counter them or be one step ahead. And Holland does that with his trash talk. There are some interesting video clips, like in the Jacare fight. Jacare takes him down, and every time he gets taken down by anyone, he's always like congratulating them, trying to get them to interact. And so you see in that fight, Jacare took him down and he's on top. He's in Holland's guard. And Holland's like, yeah, good job. And you see like Jacare's face kind of light up. He smiles, like he's sort of engaging with him. And that's all Holland needs. Like Holland thrives in that. That's him getting his opponents to like follow his pattern, to interact with him. And then that just leaves him open. And what Derek Brunson did so well, his key to victory tonight, even more than the takedowns, I think, was the fact that he did not engage with Holland at all. He wouldn't look him in the eye. He didn't touch gloves with him. He responded to nothing that he said. It wasn't until the 5th round when Kevin Holland took him down, and by the way, had a huge celebration after he took him down, which was hilarious because Derek Brunson had never been taken down before, and Holland had a really nice trip from the clinch, got on top, and then eventually they got back up to their feet, and finally Derek Brunson touched gloves with Holland and then took him right down again. So dominant performance by Brunson, but yeah, the biggest thing to me was he just did not engage with Holland's talk. And so he took away Holland's biggest weapon, I think. I mean, as good as Holland is, like on the ground and in the stand-up, like his biggest weapon, his X factor is his mouth. And Derek Brunson just took that away.
Mm-hmm. I think though that one simple question is what made this fight worth to see?
Right.
It surely wasn't Derek Brunson, because he was exhausted by the 3rd round, I think, or 4th. No, 3rd. He was exhausted, and there was nothing entertaining about Derek Brunson. He was laying there all exhausted, and his punches they were not even hard.
What did he do from the top? He had top control almost the whole fight. Yeah.
Absolutely nothing. So what made this fight worth to see was Kevin Holland. Anyway, doesn't matter how you twist this. It was Kevin Holland. So it doesn't really matter to me that he lost, because I don't know. Derek Brunson is it was not a fun fight, but as boring as it was, Kevin Holland made it better. Right?
Yeah. I feel like my 2 takeaways from this is like Derek Brunson, even when he wins, never looks impressive. Like I kind of want that to be his nickname. Derek, not impressive, Brunson. Every time Bruce Buffer announces his name, I just want that GSP clip where he came into the octagon centuries ago against Matt Hughes and said, "I'm not impressed by your performance." I just want them to play that GSP quote of like, "I'm not impressed," because I'm not impressed by Derek Brunson. Like he is very skilled, but he just, for whatever reason, he does barely enough to win. And just laying on top of Kevin Holland in his guard, he did barely enough. He made it not much of a fight, and you kind of had the sense that Kevin Holland could have won if he just had more urgency and a different strategy.
I think the biggest takeaway from this fight, it says a whole lot too. When we're not impressed by Derek Brunson, but we're disappointed with Kevin Holland.
Yeah,
right?
For sure.
So that says a lot, I think, about the whole fight and about the matchup, that we're only watching to see Kevin Holland.
Yeah, and I don't know. We'll see. Derek Brunson, if he can, a win streak's a win streak, right? And this is like, I want to say 4 in a row for him. And he called out Paulo Costa, and Costa, aside from him not showing up at all in the title fight against Adesanya, has been a killer. So look, good for him for calling out somebody as scary as Paulo Costa, who, I mean,
if Paulo Costa stays sober, Derek Brunson is dead meat.
yeah. Unless he can just, take him down at will again, like he did against Holland. I kind of doubt it, but I'd be interested to see that.
Yeah, me too. There's not much else, I think, to take away from the Brunson versus Holland. We have been talking about Grant Dawson, Harry Hunsucker, Adrian Yanez. Adrian Yanez was by far, I think, the most impressive win.
Yeah, he was the one who walked away from this. I walked away from this card. That's the fighter that I'm most excited about, because he really had a great performance. And this next weekend, we've got what I was expecting to be one of the biggest cards of the year with Stipe Miocic defending his heavyweight title in a rematch against Francis Ngannou. We've got Vincent Luque versus Tyron Woodley. And we had Brian Ortega versus Volkanovski. And now that fight is gone. So how much less excited are you for this fight without Volkanovski versus Ortega? Or for this card?
I don't know. A bit, of course. I would lie if I would say otherwise. But yeah, of course, it's a disappointment. I don't know. Have you seen if they've moved them forward or what? They don't have a date yet.
I don't think they have a date yet. I mean, I'm sure they have to finish going through all the protocols. I mean, one would think that it could be whatever. It could be UFC 261, perhaps. Although that card has 3 title fights. It can't be on that one. They're not going to have 4 title fights, right? That's too many. So yeah, it can't be 261 unless, they bump one of these fights. Maybe if they bumped one of the women's fights and said Shevchenko is going to fight Jessica Andrade on the next card or Weili Zhang. But I mean, that would be kind of shitty too. So maybe that puts them 262 and 262 right now is just Charles Oliveira versus Michael Chandler. And that's it. So this might've been,
can be the co-main maybe.
For sure can be the co-main. And obviously they needed a fight for UFC 262. So here you go, kind of a gift in a way, even though it's a loss for UFC 260. And we should probably talk a little bit about this Charles Oliveira versus Michael Chandler fight, because that just came together this last week. And I don't think was what either of us expected in terms of what was going to happen with the 155 division or what we expect in terms of a title fight matchup. I mean,
yeah, I don't know. I can't say that I think that it's shit or that I was really disappointed because, it's for the lightweight title, but of course I would have wanted to see Poirier in there or yes, no?
Yeah, I mean, Poirier seemed to be like the 1A of any title fight. Like it had to be Poirier. If Khabib's retired, like Poirier is the uncrowned champ, basically. And so I think the conventional talk was that, okay, we're going to have Charles Oliveira, who has a very good win streak, maybe the best win streak in the division right now against Poirier. And then Gaethje versus Chandler, I thought was a very exciting potential matchup because they're both outstanding wrestlers and they both have very heavy hands. So that seemed like it made a lot of sense. I'm guessing, I don't know if this has really been confirmed, but it seems to be that people are assuming that Poirier was given the option between a title fight or fighting Conor McGregor because Conor McGregor wasn't going to be eligible to fight for the title after losing to Poirier. But he was like, look, you can rematch Conor McGregor or you can fight for the title. And he chose McGregor, which, I mean, maybe that didn't even happen though. Maybe they didn't even offer him the title, but that would seem crazy to me.
If they did, I think he feels that he can do both. Maybe get the big paycheck. I think he made $2 million fighting McGregor last time, right?
Did he?
He did.
Was that like his official like his paycheck, or did he get points or what?
I think it was his official. At least he said so in an interview. So I feel that maybe he feels that he can do both, right?
I
He
mean,
can do the McGregor fight
yeah,
first and then fight whoever has the belt
right,
and beat him. He has to feel that he can beat both
right.
Oliveira and Chandler. So I don't know. It's I kind of I mean it kind of makes you feel that he's less worthy. Or I don't know the expression, but I feel like he should have taken the title fight right away.
It seems to me that Poirier is doing things in the wrong order. I mean, 2 million is not chump change, granted, and I would assume that he'd get paid even more for a third fight with McGregor. However, I doubt that pay-per-view points are in play for him. Like, I doubt in that third fight with McGregor he's going to get a cut of the pay-per-view. In which case, he's not making as much money as he could, because if he's the champ, if he just fought Charles Oliveira, won the belt, and then rematched with McGregor as the champion, and if he became the champion, it wouldn't matter if McGregor's coming off a loss. All that matters is Poirier is the champ. He gets to call his shot. Everybody wants to see, I mean, maybe not you as much, but a lot of people want to see McGregor versus Poirier for the third time. So that fight's going to happen regardless of whether Conor deserves the title fight or not. And then Poirier gets guaranteed pay-per-view points, plus probably a shitload of money just for fighting Conor McGregor. And so it just seems like he's leaving money on the table by now becoming champ before doing the rematch. That's my opinion. Obviously, like, I'm not involved in the business. I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, and I just feel like Chandler has 2 minutes of fight time in the UFC. Should you really get a title shot off of that?
Yeah,
maybe not.
this is giving a lot of clout to Bellator and the fact that he's a former Bellator champ. I mean, that's what's interesting too. Like, he's not even coming over. Like, he wasn't the current Bellator champ coming to the UFC. He was a former Bellator champ. And granted, a great champ, but yeah, it's I mean, clearly he has a great relationship with Dana White, but for all the other 155-pound fighters who may be a little upset about Chandler getting the title fight, I think that's valid. Like you said, he's got 2 minutes of octagon time. It's kind of crazy.
So is it fair to say that we are rooting for Charles Oliveira now?
I believe, if I remember correctly, you're a big Charles Oliveira fan. Right?
I know.
And look, he's a great fighter, but I got to say, I side a little bit with Justin Gaethje, who doesn't think that much of his win streak. I mean,
in this matchup.
In this matchup, I don't care. I just don't. I'm disappointed in this matchup, so I don't really care who wins. I just want whoever fights next. Like, I just want Poirier to fight whoever wins this fight, and I want Poirier to win. That's really what it is. I don't care if it's Chandler. I don't care if it's Oliveira. I don't think either of these guys can hang on to the title. That's my personal opinion.
Of course, we're rooting for Oliveira. We are. At least I am. Right. And I don't know where this puts Justin Gaethje. Where?
I mean, it is weird, right? Because now Poirier is presumably focused on fighting Conor again. So, I mean, it's all about timing at this point, right? Because Gaethje is eventually either going to get another title shot or he's going to fight for like a top contender title eliminator shot. So he's either going to be fighting for the belt next somehow, or he's going to be fighting one more fight. And if he wins, then he'll fight for the belt, I would assume, because he's right up there. I think there's an argument between Gaethje, Poirier, Oliveira. I think those are the top three guys, in my opinion, based on what they've done in the division recently. So
I don't know. I hope Oliveira. Oh my God, if he could tap out Chandler, would be great. He will though. That's my pick.
Yeah, he's got to watch out for Chandler's hands though. Dude can crack. So I know you don't want Chandler to win because he's corny, but
very corny. And 2 minutes in the UFC. Come on. Who gets that? Oh,
it's ridiculous. But
it's Dana's new golden boy.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I don't know, man. He had a great performance. I don't know. Yeah. Like I said.
Yeah, but Oliveira had to versus Ferguson.
Yeah, like I said, I'm looking past this title fight a little bit. I'm looking for whoever ends up defending the belt and who they're fighting, which there's got to be either Poirier or Gaethje, depending on the timing.
Yeah, I agree. But in this matchup, I'm pulling for Oliveira, which is not a secret.
Yeah, well, he's a great fighter, so I'm curious to see what he can do. I mean, he's kind of defending the UFC's honor right now, you know, fighting for all the other veterans who fought their way up the ranks. He's that guy right now, so
yeah,
he can get it done. So even though I'm sad about Ortega Volkanovski being off 260, we do we need to go through it because there's still a lot of great fights in this card, and maybe we should talk about your boy Sean O'Malley.
My boy. Oh,
he had that loss. I'm honestly surprised to see him back so soon because he had a very painful looking injury when he fought Cheeto Vera, and maybe it wasn't as serious as it looked at the time, but it looked like he might be out for a while. But now he's back fighting Thomas Almeida, who's 22-4, a veteran and has a very good record. What do you think about this matchup?
I saw a post from Sean O'Malley, not yesterday, but the other day, where he said, I'm putting my undefeated record on the line again. Oh, God, so corny. Oh, no, I can't stand this sugar show. No, but he's going to get beat up anyway by Thomas Almeida. Yes,
you think?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm thinking, I haven't made a lock of the night. I have to just wing it.
You're going to wing it? All right.
Since what am I, 6-3?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can wing it. No, I'm not going to. This is not going to be my luck of the night. But I'm just saying that Almeida is going to beat the shit out of Sean O'Malley. Going to end the sugar show. Nah, I don't know. Sean O'Malley. He just seems like, he was, who has he faced?
Yeah, he's still outside that, I would say outside the top 15 still, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where he's ranked off the top of my head, but, he was undefeated.
He's not ranked, I think.
Right. So, and what's interesting about Almeida is he's one of these guys who is a veteran, and he's, in those 4 losses, he's lost to just some of the top guys in the division. He's lost to Cody Garbrandt. Mm-hmm. He's lost to Jimmy Rivera. He's lost to Rob Font. So, O'Malley's fighting a guy who's only lost to really the best of the best. So this will be a test for him of like, can he move to that next level, or, is he a lot more hype?
Mm-hmm. Nah, not too excited about the whole thing. I think it would be an easy win for Almeida.
All right. Well, I'll be interested to see.
Remember where you heard it first.
Sean O'Malley still has very clean striking. He's very tall and very long for the division. So, I do think he's a dangerous fight for anybody. But this will be one where we really see, is Almeida going to stay in the mix as somebody who could potentially break into that top 10 at some point? Or is this going to, get Sean O'Malley's momentum back? So it's an interesting fight either way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then, we're on the main card. Co-main. Now let's go through the prelims first.
Yeah, okay.
Because on the prelims you have one interesting fight, and that's I'm reading it in Swedish, and then I want to translate the accent into English, so I'm not going to.
Do it in Swedish.
I'm just going to say it in the Swinglish.
Okay.
Abu Bakar Nurmagomedov.
Beautiful.
Yes, that's it. Because in English, what would you say? Abu Bakar?
More or
Abu
less.
Bakar. Abu Bakar.
Abu Bakar Nurmagomedov.
Nurmagomedov. Yeah. So Abu Bakar Nurmagomedov versus Jared Gooden, which I know very little about.
Uh-huh.
I think this is a sleeper fight. This is an interesting fight. Both fighters have only one fight in the UFC, which they both lost.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So Dana's going to be watching this one. I don't know if I don't know who wins this one. I'm not going to make a pick. But very interesting fight, I think.
Yeah. Is Nurmagomedov a Dagestani? based on his
He's the
name?
cousin. He's the cousin of Khabib. You
Uh,
know Khabib Nurmagomedov.
I've heard of
No,
this.
you've heard of him. Yeah,
heard
he's
of
from
this.
Dagestan. Very great lightweight.
Yeah.
So they're cousins. They're cousins. He's one of those guys that got why do I want to say expelled? Just
Uh,
delete the word expelled from my
he got kicked.
inner dictionary.
He got kicked out.
He got suspended.
Oh, suspended. Yeah.
Because he punched Conor McGregor. You know
That's
the
right.
Irish fighter Conor McGregor. He punched him in the face.
Wait, what's his name?
Who? Conor McGregor.
That Irish guy.
Conor McTapper.
McChicken.
You'll be like, I know that guy. Yeah, he punched him in the face on October 6th, a few years ago.
Got it.
So he got suspended for like, God, a long time. A year, maybe.
Okay.
That's
yeah.
him. Anyhow, he's fighting Jared Gooden.
He's back.
And I've seen like three, not maybe three, but a few clips on the YouTube where they say Jared Gordon. So maybe people think he's fighting Jared Gordon now, but he's not. He's fighting Jared Gooden.
Small difference.
It's at welterweight. Yeah, small difference.
Yeah.
So, but an interesting fight.
Yeah.
Dana will be watching this one for sure.
Yeah. Why? Do you think they're on a shit list or what?
Yeah, I know. Both fighters lost their UFC debut, and
that's just one fight, though.
Nah, but Nurmagomedov is his cousin with the Khabib. It's a big deal. It's a big deal.
Dana didn't like that he sucker punched his son.
No,
Conor.
he did not. He did not.
Yeah.
He did not. And then you have an interesting fight on the early prelims as well. It's Abu Asaitar versus Marc-Andre Barriault. I think you pronounce it with a Frenchie.
Yeah.
This is on the early prelims. This is the return of the cheaters,
Oh,
did you know?
What'd they cheat at? Chess?
Both fighters making their return after being suspended by USADA for failed drug tests.
Oh, okay.
Like one of them 7 months and the other one 12, I think. Abu Asaitar took something called tamoxifen. Tamoxifen in Swedish.
Yeah. Do you know what that does?
It does something that's not allowed by the USADA. by USADA. It's not good. It's bad. It's honest.
Guess what?
And Marc-Andre Barriault was tested positive for Ostarine, which is not good. Very honest.
Let me read you what tamoxifen is for.
It's something that you give to females who have cancer.
It's an estrogen. Yes, it can treat breast cancer. It's an estrogen modulator.
Females.
So what that means is like a lot of times people take these estrogen modulators after they've taken steroids. I believe maybe it's more of it's to keep there from being like maybe a rebound effect with the steroids. I don't know what I'm talking about, but yeah, basically
it's bad. It's very bad.
Basically, when you see that, it signals that the guy was probably taking steroids, and what the other person tested positive for is a steroid. So, yeah.
So it's the return of the cheaters.
It's what it looks like. So we'll see. I mean, look, I'm into it. Let's have this roided up guy fight the other roided up guy. I mean, it's a level playing field, right? That's what we care about. We want things to be fair. They're both on steroids. It's a fair fight. Let's go.
Yeah. Couldn't have said it better.
And since you're on a roll with names, would you mind just reading the names of the guys at the top of the card in the early prelims?
Yeah, of course I would. Modestas Bukauskas.
Beautiful.
Why am I reading this in English?
I don't know. Do it in Swinglish.
Where am I from?
Do your thing.
In the Swinglish. I couldn't do that. Modestas Bukauskas. It's the same.
Yeah.
And then you have Mikhail Oleksichuk.
Ah, beautiful.
Beat that if you can.
No, I can't.
He's great though. Do you know him?
Which guy? Mikhail?
Mikhail.
Yeah, Mikhail.
Yeah, Mikhail. Yeah, Mikhail is great. Michael. Yeah, yeah. Actually, You're from the US. You can. You're allowed. Just change it.
Just
Change the
gonna
name.
change it.
Michael Oleksiejczuk.
Michael Smith.
Yeah, he's Michael Smith. He's great. Great
Yeah.
fighter. He's gonna win that one for sure. It's my luck of the night.
Over Modestus? Come on.
Okay. I got a little ahead of myself there, but it's not my luck of the night. I'm still deciding, but he's gonna win.
Okay.
You heard it here first.
Got it.
Michael is gonna win.
Love it. So are we?
Jillian Robertson, she's gonna lose though. She always does.
She always does. She's 9-5. Come on. She's 9-5.
She has a tendency of losing.
She doesn't.
And if she's not losing, it's a split decision.
That's not fair.
Okay, I have to. Can I just be a little controversial at times, please?
Okay.
Let me get away with it. Jillian Robertson
always loses.
He's gonna lose. Michael Oleksiejczuk gonna win.
Apparently, we're here to just be mean.
Yeah, we're just winging it as usual. Yeah. Who did I say? No, I didn't say anything else. Okay.
All right, so tell me about Hannah Goldie versus Jessica.
So I'm just a psychic. I'm a psychic. Early prelims.
Jessica
what do you want to know?
Jessica Penne versus Hannah Goldie. Who wins?
I haven't seen either of these girls before. Who are they?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Yeah, but
You're
maybe
not gonna say.
Maybe one of them always loses, but probably
Jessica
not.
Penne. Jessica Penne is gonna win. I can see it. It's the hair.
She has
it's
way
the
more
hair
experience.
thing.
It's the hair.
The hair. Yeah. Okay. She's got winning hair.
All right.
Hair.
What does winning hair look like?
Hard to say.
Not a mullet?
Did you?
You should be team mullet. Have you looked in the mirror today? You should be team mullet.
God, have you seen Tim Elliott? Since
yes,
he got rid of the mullet, I mean,
oh, that's sad.
Crap.
Yeah.
Not even worth watching.
He's never going to win again now.
No, I know.
Some people mullets are their superpower.
I'm gonna be. I mean, we don't even have mullets in Sweden. What's up with you guys? Mullets? We had those in the 80s.
Yeah, us too, but also still now.
But also now.
Yeah. We have mullets. Now. We have rat tails. We have everything. We don't discriminate.
Yeah, but we do though. We do. Yeah.
You do have mullets?
Except for me. No, we do. We don't have mullets. I haven't seen a mullet in person in forever. I think. You're
going to have a mullet next week, though. That's going to be your white trash hillbilly evolution.
Mm-hmm. What kind of hoodie am I wearing next week?
Ooh, I don't know. Ozarks, you're going to have a Party Cove hoodie.
Now, you're going to send me one.
Okay.
On the snail mail or whatever you call it.
Yeah. I'll find some good swag for you.
A really hillbilly-ish hoodie, and I'll wear it every day to work even.
I'm going to make one. I'll design it, and then we'll sell it on the website that we don't have.
It's going to have some really corny text on it.
Yeah. It'll be bubble letters.
It's like beer made this sexy body or something like very, very corny like that.
I'm going to go to a few gas stations and I'll find some good material and I'll rip it off.
Great.
It's not even going to be original.
I'm looking forward to it. What do you want in exchange?
I want you to tell me who's going to win this co-main event.
The co-main event. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I thought you were. This is a non question.
Okay. Well, then forget about it.
Break it down. Break it down for us, please.
No, I'm going to tell you what I really want.
Luque.
I really want some lutefisk.
Oh.
That's Norway, isn't it? That's not Sweden.
No. It's Swedish.
It is Swedish? Okay.
Yes, but for Christmas, it's a Christmas thing.
Only Christmas? Because you've got to bury it underground for the whole year and then you dig it up for Christmas? What is it? Is that the whale blubber thing?
Nay, that's a whale blubber. We don't do that. Oh. We don't do whale blubber. It's the Norwegians.
That's the Norwegians.
By the way, we hate the Norwegians.
Yeah, I know.
We do. We really hate them. So no, lutefisk is very Swedish.
Explain it.
But we only eat it once a year.
Okay. So why do you only eat it once a year and what is it?
Why do you guys eat turkey on Thanksgiving?
I don't. I stopped because turkey's gross. I'm
It's
just
gross.
saying.
I think it's delicious.
Really? So
It
my
is.
wife likes it as well.
Stuffed turkey.
But stuffed with what? That's different.
I don't know. I've never made it. I've never cooked it. My
Who cook-
grandmother used to do that for Christmas.
Yeah.
We do it for Christmas though,
Yeah.
but I don't know what she did with it.
Okay.
Have you seen the movie Scary Movie? Is it the second one?
I haven't seen it.
Oh God! Why haven't you seen any of the good comedies?
I'm missing all the classics.
You're just very boring.
I am boring.
Watch them. Scary Movie too.
Okay.
When they're stuffing turkey. That's what I was gonna refer to that, but since you haven't seen
you still
it,
can.
So. Oh, I can't. You just no, I can't.
Well, it sounds like
it can't be described.
You can't describe lutefisk.
If you can pronounce it, I can describe it.
How do I pronounce it?
Lutefisk.
Lutefisk?
So cute. Lutefisk? Yeah. Not lutefisk. Lutefisk.
Lutefisk.
Yes. Fisk is fish.
Fisk. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And lute actually is I don't know how to say that, but lutefisk. Do you want me to Google it? I don't know how it's just I don't even like lutefisk.
Have you eaten it?
Of course. I'm Swedish.
Okay. But you don't know what it is.
But I don't like it's just fish.
There's nothing weird about it.
Everyone who's the age 60 and over loves lutefisk.
So it's just Christmas fish. So lute means Christmas and fisk means fish.
Nay, doesn't mean, but it is Christmas fish.
Yeah.
I don't even know what kind of fish it is. I'm a disgrace. I'm a disgrace.
We're taking away your membership card right now.
It's fish who you put in lute.
You know what? So you put the fish in the Christmas, and then it's Christmas fish.
You put the fish in something that I can't say in English.
It seems
for
like
a long time.
You would put the Christmas.
You soak it. For a long time, as you said.
Yeah.
Actually, it comes from the Netherlands. It says.
What? You guys are ripping off the Netherlands?
It's not even Swedish. Don't shit on me for the lutefisk.
That's worse than me stealing hoodies from the gas station. You're stealing Christmas fish from the Netherlands.
Yeah, that's why it's gross, maybe. It's like, I don't know, natron carbonated or you put it in something for like 2 weeks and then you eat it and it tastes like shit.
See, 2 weeks.
End of story.
That's a long time. That's too long.
It is. It's not even good. But how did you come up with that?
I don't remember. You asked me what I wanted for the hoodie.
Could you just say lutefisk?
Okay, so it sounds like because it takes 2 weeks, and maybe probably overseas shipping probably takes 2 weeks. So you could just like put the fish in whatever it's supposed to soak in for 2 weeks. Yeah, put it in the lute, and then it'll soak in it in the box. And by the time it gets to me, then it'll be lutefisk.
Great idea.
Perfect. You don't even have to do any work.
You won't eat it.
No, 100%.
And I'm wearing the hoodie every day. You have to want something that you're actually going to want.
Yeah, that's fair. I'll think of something.
Mm-hmm. You want some licorice. We're great at licorice. Salty candy is our specialty. And you guys hate that. I know that.
Licorice is salty? Oh, God. It's not salty here.
These Americans.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we have sweet licorice and salty licorice.
Oh, we're doing it wrong. We just got licorice that tastes like crap, in my opinion. I think it tastes like wax.
I mean, 100% of all Americans thinks that licorice tastes like shit.
It does. It just like it's the texture of wax, and it's got that licorice flavor, but I don't even like that flavor.
But you remember once when we did the podcast, I had a bag of what was it? Turkish? I don't know how you say that. Turkish pepper. Every Swede listening to this will know. Turkish pepper, Turkish licorice. Mm-hmm. I'll send you a bag of that.
Okay, perfect.
And then I'll just have to send you one every week because you're going to love it.
my wife's the candy eater, so I probably won't even get to taste it. But
You will. You will.
Okay.
You'll have to. You'll do it on the podcast even.
Okay, that'll be the first time I try it. Will be on the podcast.
So a hoodie versus just a little bag of candy. Great trade for me.
Seems fair.
Seems fair. You know, very expensive candy here in Sweden, you know.
Oh, yeah?
Very. I bet that the bag of Turkish licorice is as cheap as the hoodie on a gas station.
Oh, yeah. Trust me, I'm going to get the cheapest hoodie I can find.
But the best, you're going to get me the best one, right?
Yeah, the best, trashiest hoodie I can find.
So are we going back to Woodley versus Luque?
Yeah, it sounded like you weren't very excited about this fight.
No, yeah, I am.
You are excited.
Tyron Valium Woodley versus Vicente Luque.
Explain. I missed the Valium reference.
Have you seen Tyron Woodley lately?
Oh, he's very sleepy. He's
very, very sleepy.
He's got the sleepy eyes.
Luque is a bad matchup, I think, for Tyron Woodley. Woodley is on a 3-fight losing streak, which started when he lost his belt to a certain Kamaru Usman.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be Fighter of the Year 2021.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is. Usman, that is.
Yeah, Usman is looking fantastic.
Is it a case of wrestler versus striker, maybe?
Maybe, although Woodley's not been much for wrestling lately. I mean, who's the last person that he used any wrestling against? It's been a while. Like he's been such like a sort of knockout artist counter striker. So
is he going back to his roots, maybe?
I think that would be the absolute smartest thing he could do, 100%.
Of course. Yes, yeah. I agree. If Woodley is going to do what he's been doing the last 3 fights, which is only throwing the overhand right, he's going to get his ass kicked.
Yeah. He's gonna
far.
He's going to get the shit beat out of him because Vincent Luque is, I mean, he throws with power, but he also throws a lot of volume. And
he's got a chin.
Yeah, and Woodley, we know, does not do well with volume. At least he hasn't lately. And I mean, to be fair to Woodley, his 3 losses are against the 3 top guys in the division right now. It's against Kamaru Usman, who's the champ. It's about Gilbert Burns, who just lost against Usman, and Colby Covington, who, you know, is probably the next guy. I mean, I think he's still the next best guy in the division after Usman. So Woodley's only lost to the absolute top guys in the division. So there's nothing to say that
but he lost though.
He lost really badly. He never looked like he was in those fights. He never looked like he could compete with those guys. So yeah.
So we have to make picks here, which is kind of obvious.
Yeah.
What I'm gonna pick. I'm picking Luque by decision here.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Luque. Is this 3-round or 5-round? Do we know? I don't know.
I think it's a 3-rounder, right?
Yeah. Either way, I would go with decision as well. I'm sure it is 3-round because it wasn't originally the co-main, so they wouldn't have been training for 5 rounds for sure. So it's a 3-round fight, and yeah, I will also go with Luque by decision. I mean, Tyron Woodley is good about avoiding enough damage to not get knocked out, but yeah, I don't see this going well for him unless he's able to get back to his wrestling roots and really impose his will. But Luque is also dangerous on the ground. I mean, he's been training with Gilbert Burns forever. Interesting thing about Luque winning this fight would be that now you've got, because this would propel him, if not in the top 5, like close to the top 5 if Luque wins this fight. And then you've got him, Gilbert Burns, and Usman, who all come from that Henry Hoof camp. So now you've got 3 guys who've been longtime teammates, all circling around the top of the division. And we saw how emotional and crazy that fight between Burns and Usman was. So now it's like it could get weird. Like it could, I mean, certainly there's a lot of potential matchups for Luque if he wins here. But interesting thing about his record, he has won 8 out of his last 10 fights. So been very successful. His only losses have been to Wonder Boy and Leon Edwards.
Yeah.
So,
Which was a while ago.
but when you think about the top five, if Luque wins this fight, now he's, in the mix for fighting those top five fighters. Well, it's like, okay, he's fought Wonder Boy more recently, but then he fought Edwards back in 2017. So it's like that could be a fight for him down the road, a rematch there. But other than that, then he's got his teammates, right? He's got Burns, or Usman now is a former teammate, but still has a lot of history. And then all you've got left really is Colby Covington. So if he wins, and now it's like he wants the top five fight, who's he going to call out? He's either got to call out, probably not Wonder Boy, who he lost to him recently. He's probably going to call out Edwards or Covington. Like that's really all that's there for him. So that's kind of interesting. And because he's not going to call out Burns, obviously, and he's not, in the mix for a title shot yet. So
it'll be a great matchup, I think. Vicente Luque versus Colby Covington.
I would love to see that.
But I don't think Covington takes that fight, though.
I don't think so either, but that would be a great fight. I mean, they would go to war. That would be amazing.
And Luque is very tough. Very tough. Has he even been finished ever? I don't think so.
Maybe not. He's certainly finished a lot of guys, that's for sure. So
I don't think he's ever been finished. So that would be, and Covington is not a power striker.
Yeah.
So it would be a war, like you said.
It would be wild. Yeah. So we're both agreeing that Luque is probably going to win unless Tyron Woodley looks drastically different than he has in a long time. And
if he's off the Valium, he's got a chance.
Yeah. And Vincent Luque is my lock of the night.
God, my luck of the night.
Yeah.
I haven't even made one. I'm too confident. Am I getting hubris?
I think I know who your lock of the night is. Maybe not. But you sounded supremely confident that Almeida would smash O'Malley.
Yeah, but I always do, though. I always do.
Okay. So that you don't want that as your lock of the night. How about one of the steroid guys?
Let me think. My lock of the night. Not gonna choose between these steroid guys.
You said Jillian Robertson always loses, so why don't you pick Miranda Maverick?
Nay, I'm picking Michael Oleksichuk.
Okay.
It's the winning. You ask me that every week. I never ask you why. You always ask me, why are you picking Adrian Yanez?
We haven't talked about him. We have.
We have. Yeah. We've talked about his name.
Okay.
He's actually not Michael. He is. How do you say it? Mikhail Oleksichuk. Yeah. Oleksichuk. I don't know.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't know how you say it. Yeah. He's my luck of the night.
Okay.
Because he's the winning kind.
Got it. Where's he from?
I don't know. Russia somewhere?
Okay.
Probably Ukraine. Always when I say, nay, oh, he's from Poland.
I was going to say Poland.
I love Polish. I love Polish guys. Just because he's Polish, he's my luck of the night. All day, every day.
Him and Jan.
Legendary Polish power there.
There you go. Always good to bet on. And
so
really,
this is going to be this is exciting. Who did you pick? Yeah, you picked
Vincent Luque. Yeah. And that just leaves us with our main event, which is Stipe Miocic in the rematch against Francis Ngannou. And the question is, Chael Sonnen asked this question in a YouTube video recently. He's like, what is different about Francis Ngannou this time that's going to allow him to win? And it's a fair question because he's done the same things to get to this title shot that he did to get to his first title shot, which is just knock everybody out in like a minute. And so we haven't seen in a fight any new skills that would allow him to have more success against Stipe's wrestling. So what do you think? What are we going to see here? Are you excited about this, or are we going to see just a repeat of the first fight?
I am excited about it because the winner is probably gonna face my all-time favorite, my number one fighter of the not fighter of the year of a lifetime, John Jones. And I don't know, it's going to come down to millimeters. I mean, can Francis Ngannou hit Stipe Miocic on the exact spot, like to knock him out. Just hit him, just, I don't know. Of course he can knock him out, but I'm pulling for Miocic here.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if it will be any different this time. I'm picking Miocic by decision, although I don't think it will end that way.
Mm-hmm.
It's a question. Am I making the pick with my heart or with my brain? I don't know. Yes, with my heart. So
they disagree.
Yeah, they do.
All right.
Because I actually think that Francis Ngannou has got a huge chance of winning this one this time. I don't know. It's just a feeling. Remember that I said this.
Yeah. It's weird because Ngannou so often when he goes in there, like he looks so wild. Like he doesn't look technical. And he puts everything into those punches that he throws.
And I don't know why actually, because I mean he's an athletic guy. He's like he's not big and fat and blubbery. I don't know why he can choose the more not technical, because you have to practice that for years, but he doesn't have to rely on only the power punches. I mean,
well, what's interesting though,
but he does.
Yeah, even though he's wild in there, he's also very accurate. It's like he's landing, enough of those shots, and so yeah, it's like I can't really knock him going in there and throwing wildly, even though like his footwork doesn't look good sometimes or whatever. It's just like he's killing guys. So what can you say? And then, so yeah, I hope we see something different. I don't know what that means. I mean, it just seems like this goes one of two ways. Either Ngannou can knock Stipe out, or Stipe just does what he did last time. I mean, are there any other options on the table? Like, is there any other way this could go?
Nah, I don't think so. I'm picking Miocic by decision, and if he's smart, if Stipe Miocic can stay composed and smart and stick to the game plan, this is going to happen. He's going to win by decision. But if Francis Ngannou can upset that game plan in any way, he has a chance, though. Of course, it's heavyweight. Anything can happen, but I'm hoping and picking Miocic by decision.
Nice. Well, the title fight for the heavyweight division is always exciting because you feel like these guys hit so hard. To me, it always feels like we might be going to see a man die because they hit so hard. And now, especially with Francis Ngannou, it's like Stipe could get the decision or he could die. We'll see.
Decision or die. Yeah. So who are you picking?
I got to go with Stipe. I think his fight IQ is just so high. And I think Francis has like the biggest puncher's chance of like any puncher ever. But, just based off technical skills and fight experience, I got to give it to Stipe. Like Ngannou, like I just don't think you get that experience that you need to beat a guy like Stipe in training. And Ngannou still just doesn't have that experience in the cage because he just knocks guys out too quick. So, yeah. But
by decision?
By decision. And I think, if Ngannou loses this fight, it puts him in kind of a weird place. I think the rematch with Derek Lewis would make a lot of sense if he loses this fight. I would like to see that happen and actually have those guys show up and throw down. But we'll see. I mean, look, there's going to be great matchups either way. But
yeah, I should actually be rooting for Ngannou in this one because I think John Jones has a way bigger chance of beating Francis Ngannou than he has beaten Stipe Miocic.
You do?
Agree?
I don't know. That's kind of crazy to me that you said that, actually, because I think, Stipe.
I love it when we disagree.
Stipe and John Jones both have super high fight IQs, right? But Francis Ngannou, like, if I'm rooting for John Jones, Francis Ngannou is way scarier to me than Stipe because He can just end fights with one punch. Whereas Stipe, I feel like John Jones has always had the frame to be a heavyweight, right? So I don't think that, I don't see Stipe as a potentially scarier fight for him than...
They're the same size.
Yeah, I don't see that as a scarier fight for him than, say, Jan Blachowicz, even though it's a very different weight class.
Yeah, but in terms of smartness, I think.
You think Stipe is a craftier fighter?
Yeah, for sure.
Craftier than John Jones.
He has loads more tools than Francis Ngannou has to beat John Jones, for sure. 100%.
Yes, absolutely.
300%.
Yeah, it's just that one tool that Francis has is scarier than any other tool.
Yeah, but haven't John Jones faced scary power punchers before, though? He has.
Not like Francis. No? Who has he faced who is anywhere near Francis Ngannou?
Oh my God. I don't know, but I mean, we're always saying this. I mean, oh God, he's gonna knock him out every time.
Vitor Belfort. Scary power puncher. Damn near broke John Jones's arm. Probably at least like dislocated. Do you remember when he got John Jones that arm bar?
Mm-hmm. Oh, that was not good.
Yeah, that was nasty.
Not good at
all. Yeah, certainly Jones has fought power punchers. He's fought powerful guys. I don't know, though. I don't know. I think I would be more scared about Ngannou if I was John Jones. But
interesting. I love to see how this will all play out.
Yeah.
For us and for them, of course, but mostly for us. For us.
I mean, assuming John Jones is next, whoever is holding the belts after this fight this weekend, it's going to be super, super interesting. So it's, I was sad when we lost Alistair Overeem and Dos Santos got let go without any fanfare, but there's still a lot of fighters to be excited about in this division. So
yeah, there is. So we're jumping over to the Bra eller Anus, actually.
What do you got?
Just decided. I have a good one for you. Bra eller Anus? Paulo Costa being replaced by Kelvin Gastelum versus Robert Whittaker.
Bra. I mean, I always hate to see a fight fall apart, but I'm a big fan of Gastelum, and he's very inconsistent, but he looked great in his last fight. I love that we saw him using his wrestling, which we don't normally see from him. He looked very dominant as a wrestler, and I'm excited to see just what his game plan is against Whittaker, because I feel like if he's on, he's capable of striking with Whittaker, or he could do what he did in his last fight and try and dominate Whittaker with wrestling, and that would also be fascinating. So I like this matchup a lot, even though they fought not that long ago. Again, because of Gastelum's inconsistency, like I didn't feel like he really showed up in the last Whittaker fight, so we could see this could be a whole different thing. And it's anytime these two guys fight, it's a potential fight of the year. Like they have that capability to just throw it down and make it an amazing fight. So I'm going to say Bra.
I'm going to say Anus to this one.
Okay.
Have they fought? Did you just say that they fought?
Yeah, they fought not that long ago.
When? You serious?
Putting me on the spot.
Am I just on Harry in here or what?
I don't know. Maybe I made it up. Maybe I'm lying. I really thought they did.
I mean, they were scheduled to fight, but did they actually fight?
But did they die?
Did they die though?
Maybe I'm wrong.
You're just like going on a huge rant here. Like, nah, their fight was not this. Blah,
okay,
blah,
so
blah.
Kelvin Gastelum just beat Ian Heinisch. He lost to Jack Hermanson. He lost to Israel Adesanya and Darren Till. He beat Jacare Souza.
Yes.
He beat Michael Bisping. He lost to Weidman.
Yes, and he has never fought Robert Whittaker.
All right, I'm totally wrong. Never mind.
So am I giving you a second chance here then? Since you based all your...
No. Everything else I said was true though. Like I think these guys, based on their...
This is hilarious.
It's true. God. Everything else I said is true. These guys are both have the capability to make this one of the best fights of the year. They're both very technical strikers. They both have heavy hands. And so it's just a matter of whether we see them both showing up to throw down, especially Gastelum.
Kelvin Gastelum eats a lot of pizzas. He's
Yeah.
ranked number 8. 8. And Robert
I can't
Whitaker is
believe-
ranked.
Why are you
He's
gonna do him
ranked
like
number
that?
1.
Why?
He's ranked number 1.
Why are you gonna say he eats a lot of pizza?
Yeah, because he misses weight all the time.
No, not
Like
at 185.
every other time.
No. At
He
170.
doesn't look great at 185 either. The only time Kelvin Gastelum has looked great was versus, ironically, do you use that word, ironically?
Yeah. Same word.
Was versus Adesanya, which
Wow,
is very weird.
I mean, he knocked the stuffing out of Michael Bisping. Granted, Bisping was just coming.
Yeah, but that was like how many years ago?
As 2017, and it was a short notice fight for Bisping. He just lost, so I think he has some excuses.
I'm not counting that one.
All right, fine.
So yeah, but keep your bra then. You think it's very bra? Good.
I like
goody
it.
Goody.
Hey, look, you're gonna retract all that nonsense about pizzas when this is a fight of the year.
Okay. He's gonna be on broccoli now.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. I think it's very honest. How did? Okay, but props to Kelvin Gastelum for taking the fight.
Look, those pizzas helped him win
Those
the wrestling.
pizzas and
helped him win the wrestling against Ian Heinisch.
Danish wiener breads.
What?
Do you have those? Do you have those in the US?
I don't think so. You can also send me those.
You call them, what do you call them? Danish.
Hot dogs?
Nee. Yeah.
Do you have hot dogs?
God. Wienerbröd. I'm going to Google it. Wienerbröd in English. Wienerbröd. Wiener breads.
Yeah, looks like a pastry. Does it even have pork in it? What's in it?
It's sweets. You don't have the word.
Oh,
fika.
okay.
Danish pastry.
It is sweets. Yeah, you're right.
It's I mean, the most famous thing in the world.
Yeah.
If you've never had Danish pastry,
yeah,
I've had it too in the US.
Mm-hmm.
It's not
the same.
Good at all.
Yeah,
I've had it I found it at a, what do you call it, grocery store. In the US.
Baked goods are so different in different countries.
Oh my God, it tastes like, oof.
The Chinese are terrible at baked goods. They're so bad at it.
And the Americans are too.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what it is though, because like in Chinese cooking, they use a lot of oil. So I don't know if they're using oil in their baking instead of butter. I don't know what the difference is. Like they're doing something different.
So what do you guys use?
For what?
Dog shit?
No, we use butter,
kidding.
like the French.
No, but it doesn't taste sweet. I try to have, you should Google the word fika, because fika is the most Swedish thing you will ever come across in the whole universe. Fika?
Okay.
It's a very Swedish thing. It's the most Swedish thing in the Milky Way.
An introduction to the Swedish coffee break, fika. How long is a fika break? At many working places, fika is part of the regular daily schedule. In the morning, a fika at 10, in the afternoon at 15 is not uncommon. For you sweet little new Swede, it's insulting. That means 10 to 30 minute extra breaks called fikarast or fikapaus.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Rast is actually break. It means break. So if I ask a girlfriend to go out, you guys would say, do you want to go out for a coffee?
Okay.
If you're just meeting someone for a short time, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. I would say, do you want to take a fika? Yeah. It means that we're having coffee and something else. Mm-hmm. You could actually just have coffee, but it's named fika anyway.
Yeah.
It means that you're having coffee together and something sweet. If you're going to be correct about it.
Gotcha.
Very, very important word to know.
Well, I have my coffee.
So Kelvin Gastelum has had a lot of fika.
Yeah, that's true.
Preferably Danish pastry.
Yeah.
With butter.
And probably some jam. Maybe some syrup.
loads of peanut butter jelly sandwiches.
No, I love Gastelum though. I can't believe you're hating on him.
Yeah.
Well,
He's not supposed to be fighting Robert Whittaker.
Yeah.
Though. Although we love him, he's supposed to be fighting Derek Brunson.
Wait, who's supposed to be fighting Derek Brunson?
Kelvin Gastelum.
He is?
Next. No, I think so. According to me, he is.
I don't care about Derek Brunson.
yeah. Well, all right. What about
you want the not impressive guy? Cannonier, didn't he like lose his legs? Isn't he? Something happens. He hurt himself badly. Mm-hmm. I feel like he's still out for a while.
Okay, then let him face Uriah Hall. Also, very inconsistent guy.
Gastelum against Uriah Hall. I mean, that's cool. Like, I'm down with that. But also, the fight that is actually happening is against Robert Whittaker.
Yeah. It's okay. We disagree. Let's agree to disagree.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully it's happening. They might test positive for COVID next week. I don't know.
Yeah.
The way
but
things are going.
Might not have COVID, but
yeah.
Who knows with these?
Because they did everything right. Them and their team did everything right. They did everything right. I don't know.
Yeah.
How can you not let them fight? They did everything right.
Yeah.
So
we're most excited about, what are we most excited about? Woodley versus Luque?
Yeah, I mean, that's right up the main and the co-main event. I'm both very excited about. They're both right up there. So,
okay.
And
except for Michael Oleksiejczuk.
Right.
My luck of the night.
The Polish power. We're excited about that.
The Polish, who I said was Russian.
You always pick interesting ones, and I always pick the...
I know. You have to step up your game a little.
I know.
I always pick the random ones. Which,
you do.
Yeah, and
and you get them right. You get them right, which is really impressive.
I do.
Yeah. Well, should we take a fika rest until next week?
Yes. Let's have a fika.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
We'll just do coffee and eat Danish. We can get on Kelvin Gastelum's level, and
that's what I'm going to send you. I'm going to send you Danish pastry.
Yes, that's what I really wanted.
And I know. You can have some Turkish licorice also.
I'll take it all.
Yeah. You're gonna look like Kelvin Gastelum when we're finished.
Yeah, we were planning to start publishing video, but not anymore because
no. I'm gonna have a mullet and wear my Sam Crow hoodie, and you're gonna look like Kelvin Gastelum. Done deal.
Working on it, yeah. And we'll check in on our progress next week.
Check out our Instagram and everything you see, and
like us, love us,
follow the podcast. Yes, adore us.
We're going to put statues of us on our website that you can buy.